So our automated strategy builders are designed for specific market conditions each, different types of behaviors. And what I want to talk about today is combining two, because we have the expert range breakout automated strategy builders that looks at specific type of strategies of breaking out those opening ranges. But also then we have the VWAP Predator, where it looks for momentum moves. So basically what you're trying to do is build two strategies together, separate chart sets on the same instrument to give you more trading opportunities. So combining those strategies to give you more trading opportunities. So let's go straight into it and dive. So this on the left is the range breakout for gold, and on the right is VWAP Predator. This is the same instance, the same time of day. And I just want to show you just two trading opportunities. One with the VWAP Predator. So the VWAP Predator, basically we get momentum build coming into the European Open for gold. And this hashed line on the left here is this actual trade on the VWAP Predator on the right hand chart here. So that gets us in early. We do ride the pullback on this one because our stop is actually the VWAP on this particular trade here. So we get a nice trade in there for 94 ticks. But whilst we're in this trade, we take another contract here on the range breakout for another 100 ticks. So at some stage we have two contracts on. So obviously you need enough margin in your account to be able to produce that type of strategy. But a total of 194 ticks on the same day. So this is a really, really strong strategy that we can see here. We can see there are different types of signals. With a range, we just define the range, it comes down and then breaks out and then we go. Okay, with VWAP Predator, we're just looking for momentum. When we get those signals, we go. So what it does is not every day you will get a range breakout. Not every day you'll get a VWAP Predator. In some instances you get one or the other, and then in other instances like this you get two bites of the cherry of the same move with two different strategies. So very, very strong together. Different chart sets as you can see left and right. Okay, so the next one we have the gold New York gold pit open here, but right underneath this 30-minute resistance zone. So quite rightly so, it doesn't take that strategy, that opening range trade, because there's resistance up above. However, the motion, the momentum that pushes it through that produces a VWAP Predator signal, a buy signal, and we get in. So we're not missing this big move. We couldn't take it because the rules are we don't go into a long when we break out of this range into resistance. But that move up through that resistance produced multiple signals on the VWAP Predator. The first one that we took actually got us into the trade, and it traded all the way through to the close there for a lot of ticks. So the entry was at 2990 and the exit was at 3030. So a lot of ticks there. But again, it shows you that yes, the rules were met. We couldn't trade that, but the VWAP Predator spotted that momentum and we get in that trade. Same day, same. So it's, it's the same move. We're just using different strategies to get that move. This is another situation where we do actually get a range breakout trade at this point here. However, what happens is this initial move wasn't enough for us to get to where we want to go, because these range breakouts are looking for really big movers. So what it does is comes down here to actually take us out at break even, because it goes through a number of ticks. But this initial move up here on the left is this same move on the VWAP Predator, but it gets us there because this is a smaller time frame. It's a 5-minute compared to 10-minute on the range breakout, and we get that nice move in there. 3057.7 in, 3062.7 going out. So really, really strong. That's a 50-tick move. We didn't get it in this one because we're looking for the big runner on the range breakout, but momentum's enough to give us the VWAP Predator and signal there. Okay, so the next one is continual trading opportunity example. So this is the 10-minute on gold on the range breakout strategy. We can see on the right here, after the reopen, we've hit this big resistance zone. It's coming back through these range breakouts, and we get what we call a continuation trade. So we get that trade in blue hash line all the way down here to the European Open, and we take profit. So really standard trade for that range breakout. We didn't get it at this point on the previous day on the New York Gold Pit Open, purely because the range was too large, and this little grey here means we're out of the optimized slot for the range breakout. But now if we look at a chart with those same trades on, so this is now a VWAP Predator on the 5-minute, we can see on the right here, that's that range breakout trade. Now on the left, we can see, although we missed the opportunity with the range breakout, we did get that opportunity on the VWAP Predator. I've zoomed in here because the VWAP Predator can add more contracts when we get momentum. So we can see where my cursor is here at the moment. That entry was actually from that previous sell signal at this point. And then we get this sell signal here and we get that second entry, and then that's the trade would get taken out at that point there. So the idea is we missed that because we were out of the optimized range for the range breakout, but the momentum was sufficient to get the expert VWAP Predator to get us a trade. And then we reversed, we came up, we hit that resistance zone, and then on the range breakout, if I just go back, on the range breakout, we get that trade and we trade that short down into there. So that continual trading opportunities as well, by combining those different strategies, you don't need to go to all of lots of different instruments. We're just sticking on the same instrument, one on the 10-minute, one on the 5-minute, continual trading opportunities. Okay, so that's where we are. It's a really great strategy. We have the VWAP Predator and the range breakout ASBs together, combining to give those continual trading opportunities, more trading opportunities, which is important because sometimes certain strategies go flat. We need to be flexible with the strategies that we use on the same instrument, and this gives you that power. So check out the links below for the range breakout and the VWAP Predator automated strategy builders.